Race number 1 of the afternoon has GL Bobby, Keystone Sasha, Bayou Angus, Record Dallas, Cover Lady, Bionic Trick, Island LeBaron, and Portobello Count. They're off and pacing. GL Bobby away from the rail, grabs the early lead. Bionic Trick hustling up on the outside. Keystone Sasha's away third, followed by Bayou Angus fourth. Outside in 5 is Island LeBaron. Coming away in the 6th spot as they head by the opening 8th, and into the backstretch is Portobello Count. Racing away in 7 is Record Dallas, and 8th and trailing the field, Cover Lady. Single file as they approach the opening quarter. On top and showing the way by 1 length is GL Bobby over Bionic Trick. Keystone Sasha next in line 3rd. Bayou Angus taking a look at a 4. Island LeBaron holds down the 5 spot. Portobello Count has 6. In 7 is Record Dallas. Cover Lady is 8th and trailing. They're midway through the upper turn, opening quarter in 32 and 2/5 seconds. They round the top turn, approaching the half. GL Bobby continuing to dictate the pace. Still leads it by 1 length. Now coming first up on the outside is Keystone Sasha. At the rail, Bionic Trick is now locked in, racing 3rd. On the outside, Bayou Angus 4th, Island LeBaron in 5. Portobello Count on the outside in 6. Racing in 7 is Record Dallas, and Cover Lady can see them all as they dip into the bend on their way past the 5/8. GL Bobby still in charge by 1. Keystone Sasha giving chase on the outside. Bionic Trick locked in at the rail 3rd. 4th on the outside is Bayou Angus, looking to go 3 wide. Island LeBaron out the rail in 5. 6th on the outside. Portobello Count swinging 3 wide. They approach 3/4. 105 and 2 was the half. GL Bobby clinging to the lead. Keystone Sasha 2nd. Bionic Trick on the inside 3rd. Bayou Angus 4th. On the extreme outside coming 40. That's Record Dallas. They head on to the upper turn. GL Bobby still the boss. Bionic Trick now stepping out of the pocket. 3 wide, racing 3rd is Record Dallas. Keystone Sasha 4th. They have an 8th to come as they move off the top turn. 138 to 3/4. They straighten out through the stretch for the final time, and Bionic Trick takes over the top spot. With GL Bobby now racing 2nd. Record Dallas is 3rd. They drive to the lane. Bionic Trick will draw off to win it. GL Bobby will finish 2nd, 3rd, Record Dallas. Winner number 6, Bionic Trick, an 11-year-old gelding by Widow's Trick. William Blakeney, Danny O'Brien driving. Mile in 2:10. 2 of the afternoon, Tim Horton's $1,500 claiming series. First leg, first division. Has Daystar Almahurst, Dandy Guy, KGC2, Charlotte's Rebel, Township Mimi, Denashton Orr, Strike is Rich, Candidate, and Ridgefield. Here they come. They are off and pacing off the gate quickly. Charlotte's Rebel to grab the early lead. Dandy Guy moving out 2nd. Daystar Almahurst 3rd. Strike is Rich up on the far outside is 4th. In the center racing in 5 is Ridgefield as they head by the 8th and into the backstretch for time 1. Charlotte's Rebel out front by a length and a half. Dandy Guy 2nd. Ridgefield on the outside and now advancing looking for the lead. At the rail and settling in the 4 spot is Daystar Almahurst. Strike is Rich has found a seat 5. Candidate racing from 6. KGC2 has 7. Township Mimi racing from 8. And in the 9th position is Denashton Orr. They continue on to the 3/8. 30 and 4 was the opening quarter. It's Ridgefield in control, leading it by 1 length. Sitting in the pocket is Charlotte's Rebel. Dandy Guy coming first up 3rd. On the inside, Strike is Rich 4th. Covered up in the limb and racing in 5 is Daystar Almahurst. Candidate to the outside in 6. KGC2 has 7 as they approach the halfway point. 30 and 4 the opening quarter. Ridgefield still in control. First over, Dandy Guy is 2nd. Charlotte's Rebel racing 3rd on the outside. Daystar Almahurst is 4th. Strike is Rich racing in 5. Outside 3rd over, Candidate from 6. 7th on the limb is KGC2, then Denashton Orr, and Township Mimi can see them all. Down the backside, final time, 103 and 1 was the half. It's still Ridgefield by half a length over Dandy Guy on the inside. Charlotte's Rebel is 3rd. Here comes Candidate now swinging 3 wide into contention 3rd. Locked in at the rail, Charlotte's Rebel is 4th. On the outside, Daystar Almahurst 5th. KGC2 coming 3 wide 6th. They're 3 deep as they head into the turn and onto the 7/8. 136 and 2 the 3/4. It's still Ridgefield holding the lead by a neck. On the outside, Dandy Guy Candidate 3 wide. Third coming 4 deep is KGZ2. Charlotte's Rebel continuing to look for room on the inside, racing fourth. They straighten out for the payoff. Ridgefield leads them home. Charlotte's Rebel looking for the passing lane second. They drive through the stretch. Ridgefield up on the far outside. KGZ2 Candidate. Ridgefield is going to hold on to win it. Candidate second. KGZ2 finishes third. Back in front of the grandstand, the winner of race 2, first leg, first division of the Tim Hortons Claiming Series, number 1A Ridgefield, a 12-year-old son of Escort, owned by Steve Morton of Windsor, trained and driven to victory by Jason McDougall, mile in 2:09 and 2/5. Race number 3, Classic Charm, Lone Water Hobo, Cinderella, Classy Win, Maker First, Cocan Willie, and Kildare Michael. They're off and pacing. Classy Win from the outside, looking for the lead out the rail. That's Classic Charm. They're 4 deep into the first turn as they head for the opening 8th. Classic Charm emerging with the lead, settling in second is Lone Water Hobo. Cindy Ella takes his seat third. Parked out Classy Win is racing fourth. Maker First along the rail has 5. From 6 is Cocan Woody in 7th, and trailing the field in the early going is Kildare Michael. They move past the opening quarter. Up on the outside, Classy Win now charging onto the top spot. Classic Charm giving way to race second. Maker First moving up on the limb, now third. At the rail, Lone Water Hobo is traveling fourth. Cinderella stepping to the outside in 5. Sixth and on the move on the outside is Kildare Michael. And now trailing the field, that is Cocan Willie. 31 and 2 is the opening quarter. They make their way off the top turn, approaching the half. Classy Win is in control, leading it by 3 parts of a length. Maker First is coming first up. Second, Classic Charm is sitting in the garden spot. On the outside with cover is Cinderella fourth. Lone Water Hobo locked in along the rail in 5. On the outside, Kildare Michael in 6th. And Cocan Willie is now 7th and trailing. They head for the backside. Final time, 1:02 and 4 was the half. Classy Win continuing to chart the path by 1 length. Maker First sitting on the outside. Second, locked in. Classic Charm is third. Now coming 3 wide on the outside. Kildare Michael moving into contention, racing fourth. Cinderella in 5. Lone Water Hobo 6. And Cocan Willie is tipping 3 wide for the back of the field. They race into the turn on their way past the 7/8. Classy Win still there, a length and a half. Classic Charm second, 3 wide. Kildare Michael third. Along the rail, Lone Water Hobo racing fourth. 3/4 in 1:34 and 2/5 seconds. An 8th left to come as they make the final turn. Classy Win still a length and a half advantage over Classic Charm from the far outside. Cocan Willie is closing in. They drive through the lane for the final time. Classy Win by 2.5 lengths, and Classy Win will prevail. Second is Classic Charm. It's close for third between Lone Water Hobo and Cocan Willie. Number 4, Classy Win, a 7-year-old son of Jamuga. O'Neil Mouse, North River PEI, trained by Lynn Privet. Gary McDonald driving. Mile in 2:06. Race 4 of the afternoon has Silent Assault, Blue Time Shadow, Major Governor, PEI Angel, BS Bullet, Two Moon Junction, Nearly Ready, Moorview John, and Poetic Forecast. They're off and pacing. Silent Assault at the rail. Blue Time Shadow up on the outside, looking for the lead. Settling in is Major Governor third. BS Bullet gets away fourth. Up on the far outside and racing away in the 5 spot is Nearly Ready. They enter the backside for time 1, approaching the opening quarter. Silent Assault on top, leading it by 2 lengths. Blue Time Shadow grabbing his seat in the pocket. Third, Major Governor, parked out. Nearly Ready is fourth. Fifth and moving on the outside is Two Moon Junction at the rail and racing from 6, BS Bullet. Parked out in 7 is Moorview John, then Poetic Forecast, and trailing the field and moving to the outside is PEI Angel. They race into the turn. 31 and 4 was the opening quarter. Out front, Silent Assault still there by 1. Blue Time Shadow now stepping to the outside, looking for the top spot. Moving up on the outside to pick up cover. Two Moon Junction third. The inside, Major Governor is fourth. Moorview John third over in 5. At the rail, Nearly Ready has 6. They approach the half. And on the outside, that's Blue Time Shadow to challenge Silent Assault for the lead. Getting a second over trip on the outside is 2 Moon Junction locked in the pocket. And racing from 4 is Major Governor. Moorview John is tipping 3 wide as they approach the 5/8. At the rail and locked in, racing from 6 as they head to the backside is Nearly Ready. 104 and 3 was the half. It's still Silent Assault in charge by 3/4 of a length. Blue Time Shadow on the outside is giving chase. Second up on the outside, 2 Moon Junction. Third, Major Governor. Fourth, 3 wide and 5 is Moorview John. 4 deep and racing in 6th is PEI Angel. They race on to the 7/8, and Blue Time Shadow is now forging to the top. Silent Assault now racing second. Major Governor stepping to the outside third. Saving ground on the inside fourth is Nearly Ready. Fifth, and racing at the rail is 2 Moon Junction. 137 and 4 the 3/4. They have less than 1/8 to come as they move off the top turn. Blue Time Shadow leads them home. Coming back on the outside is Silent Assault. Blue Time Shadow, Silent Assault trying to close in. Nearly Ready is third. Blue Time Shadow will win it. Silent Assault is second. And finishing third, Nearly Ready. The 4th race winner, number 2, Blue Time Shadow, a 3-year-old brown gelding by Harrods. Wayne Hill of Fredericton. Earl Smith driving. The mile in 2:11. Race number 5, Sparkling Cloud, Barely a Breeze, Mac Combo, LF Beauty, No Debtor, Swing Or, Solomon Bet2, and Hats Off Heartwood. They are off and pacing. Sparkling Cloud at the railway looking for the lead. Barely a Breeze second up on the outside. Mac Combo 3 wide third, crossing over Swing Or. Finds room at the rail, racing in 4. Hats Off Heartwood gets away in 5. No Debtor grabs the seat 6. Solomon Bet2 gets away in 7, and LF Beauty is 8th and trading. Seating arrangements are complete as they move on to the opening quarter. Out front, Mac Combo leads it by 2.5 lengths over Sparkling Cloud. At the rail, racing third is Barely a Breeze, followed by Swing Or 4th. Hats Off Heartwood eyeing the outside in 5. No Debtor next in line 6. Solomon Bet2 has 1 horse beaten. That is LF Beauty as they race into the turn. Approaching the 3/8, 32 seconds was the opening quarter. Mac Combo continuing to dictate the pace. A length lead over Sparkling Cloud. First up, Hats Off Heartwood third. Barely a Breeze now caught in 4th. 5th along the rail is Swing Or. Second over in 6th as they approach the half is No Debtor. Then Solomon Bet2. LF Beauty remains at the back. Off the turn in front of the grandstand for the first time as they approach the half. Mac Combo continuing to chart the path. A length and a half lead over Sparkling Cloud on the outside. Hats Off Heartwood. Solomon Bet2 with a bold 3 wide move as they race into the lower turn and on to the 5/8. It's still Mac Combo by 1. Sparkling Cloud is second. 3 wide and racing third is Solomon Bet2 in the center. As they move on to the backside is Hats Off Heartwood. They approach 3/4. 104 and 3 was the half. Leading the way, Mac Combo by 1. Sparkling Cloud now abandons the pocket. And Sparkling Cloud moving up to engage Mac Combo. Barely a Breeze caught in at the rail is third on the outside. Hats Off Heartwood is 4th. Still out there, 3 wide and 5 is Solomon Bet2. 6th on the outside, No Debtor. Then Swing Or and LF Beauty. They were by 3/4 in 136 and 3. Mac Combo on the inside, matching strides with Sparkling Cloud on the limb. Tipping 3 wide, Hats Off Heartwood is third on the inside. Barely a Breeze continues to look for daylight 4th. They straighten out for the payoff. Hats Off Heartwood on the outside with a slight advantage. Moving up on the outside, Sparkling Cloud on the inside. Barely a Breeze, splitting horses to win it. Second is Swing Or in the show spot to Sparkling Cloud. The 5th race winner, number 2, Barely a Breeze, the 7-year-old son of Morning Breeze, on the Patrick Hill of Fredericton. Gary McDonald picking up his second win of the afternoon. Mile in 2:09 and 1/5. Race number 6, top of the stretch, Guinness, Diamond Almahurst, Oyster Stew, Kilkerran Jade, Rockin' Michael, Putney LaBelle, Pomerado, Dalazan, and P.A. Cherry. They're off and pacing. Kilkerran Jade is quick off the gate, looking for the early lead. Guinness moving on alertly up the rail second. Oyster Stew looks for a seat third. Getting away, racing in four is PH Sherry. Parked out, Diamond Almahurst has five. Rockin' Michael away six, followed by Putney LaBelle in seven. Then Pomerado and Dalazan are the trailers. They move down the backstretch for time one. Kilkerran Jade quickly opens up now to four open lengths. Guinness on the inside is racing second. Oyster Stew is traveling third. Next in line and racing out of four as they move on past the quarter is PH Sherry. Diamond Almahurst has five. Rockin' Michael six. Putney LaBelle in seven. Racing out of eight is Pomerado, and still ninth and trailing. That is Dalazan, 31-2 the opening quarter. They move off the top turn, approaching the halfway point, and still in control of the field. Kilkerran Jade now just by one length. That's Guinness looking to the outside second. Oyster Stew is traveling next in line third. At the rail, PH Sherry fourth. Diamond Almahurst has five. Rockin' Michael staying at the rail from six. Pomerado in seven. Then Putney LaBelle. And Dalazan is trailing into the turn, approaching the 5/8, the half in 103. Kilkerran Jade is still the boss by one length. On the outside, Guinness racing second. Oyster Stew trapped along the rail third. Outside, PH Sherry fourth. Diamond Almahurst coming three wide out of five. They approach three quarters. Kilkerran Jade's the one to catch, maintaining a one-length advantage over Guinness with Oyster Stew along the rail racing third. On the outside, PH Sherry is now fourth. Rockin' Michael fifth. Pomerado coming four deep out of sixth. They head for the 7/8, 135 the three quarters. Kilkerran Jade now skips off to a three-length lead. Oyster Stew on the inside is second. PH Sherry three wide third. Guinness dropping back fourth. Rockin' Michael is fifth. They make the final turn with Kilkerran Jade leading them home. Up on the far outside, PH Sherry is now second. Third, Oyster Stew, but it will be Kilkerran Jade to win it. Second is PH Sherry. Oyster Stew third. Riding back, the winner of race 6, number 4, Kilkerran Jade, a 5-year-old son of Oil Count of John Thompson. Gary McDonald with his third winning drive of the afternoon, the mile 2:05 and 4/5. Race number 7 has Easy Bruce and Utter Springer, Wilco's Derby, Landover, Sterling Orr, Turnip Joe Ranger, Boomel, Pepper Allen, and Canal Street. They're off and pacing. Landover getting the first call. Another Springer moving out second on the outside. Turnip Joe Ranger is wide racing third. In the extreme outside, Pepper Allen three wide fourth. Along the rail, Easy Bruce gets away in 5. Canal Street racing from 6. Wilco's Derby in 7. From 8 in the early going is Sterling Orr, and Boomel is 9th and trailing. They race down the backstretch for time 1. Landover on top will set the early tempo, leading it by one length over Pepper Allen. Another Springer at the rail third. Turnip Joe Ranger gets the parking ticket fourth. On the outside, Canal Street racing with cover in 5. Easy Bruce hemmed in along the rail in 6. From 7 is Wilco's Derby. And treading the field are Sterling Orr and Boomel. We're by the initial station in 31 and 2/5 seconds. Moving off the top turn. And in control, it's Landover with a one-length lead over Pepper Allen. Turnip Joe Ranger on the outside. Going a tough trip, now racing third. On the inside, another Springer is fourth. On the limb with cover in 5 is Canal Street. 6th on the outside, Wilco's Derby. Easy Bruce shuffle back at the rail to race in 7. Outside in 8 is Sterling Orr and Boomel. They race into the turn. Moving on to the backside for the final time. 1:05 and 3, the halfway point. Landover still in charge by one length. Turnip Joe Ranger advancing on the outside, now second within 3/4 of a length of Landover. On the inside, that's Pepper Allen getting a good journey locked in third. On the outside, Canal Street is racing fourth. 5th, another Springer. Wilco's Derby from 6th. They're midway down the backside. And it's still Landover clinging to the lead. On the outside, racing second is Turnip Joe Ranger. Pepper Allen along the rail third. Canal Street fourth. Sterling Orr swinging up 3 wide in 5. Another Springer has 6. They continue on past the 7/8. And still leading the way, it's Landover. 1:39 and 1 3/4. Turnip Joe Ranger the outside second. Pepper Allen looking for room along the rail third. Sterling Orr up into contention, fourth. They drive to the payoff. Landover on the inside. Pepper Allen, Turnick Joe Ranger third. Landover will prevail. Pepper Allen finishing second, and third is Turnick Joe Ranger. The seventh race winner, number 4 in your card, Landover, a 6-year-old brown son of Wavor, owned by Triple D Farms, trained and driven a victory by Darren Crow, the mile in 2:10. Race number 8, top of the stretch, has Night Orchid, Bill Batter, Light and Warrior, Burnin', Line of Fire, Rambo Derby, BC's Majestic, NS Playboy, and McHarbor. They're off and pacing. Night Orchid away from the rail, quickly grabs the early lead. Rambo Derby hustling up on the outside is second. Far outside, BC's Majestic, wide racing third. Bill Batter settles in the 4 spot. Finding a seat and racing in 5 in the early going is Line of Fire. McHarbor gets away in 6, followed by Light Warrior in 7. Then Burnin' has 8. And 9th and treading the field as they move down the backstretch is NS Playboy. They approach the opening quarter from the outside. BC's Majestic moves on to take charge, a length and a half lead over Rambo Derby. At the rail, Night Orchid third. Advancing on the outside, McHarbor is 4th. At the rail, Bill Batter is pacing out of 5. Line of Fire has 6. Burnin' underway on the outside in 7. Light and Warrior from 8, and NS Playboy is trailing. They head by the 3/8. 31 and 2 was the opening quarter. They round the top turn, approaching the half. On the outside, McHarbor moving up to challenge BC's Majestic for the lead. Then 2.5 lengths back in racing in 3 is Rambo Derby. Looking to the outside, Night Orchid from 4. They approach the half. McHarbor takes over, opens to 2 lengths. With BC's Majestic second, Rambo Derby at the rail third. To the outside, Night Orchid fourth. Burnin' pacing on the outside with cover in 5. Racing at the rail in 6 as they dip into the turn is Bill Batter. Then we go back to NS Playboy. On the outside from 7, Line of Fire 8, and Light and Warrior is at the back of the field. They were by the halfway point in 1:02 and 3. Moving down the backside, approaching 3/4, McHarbor by 2 lengths. With BC's Majestic giving chase second. On the outside and racing out of 3 is Night Orchid. Rambo Derby is 4th. Off stride, Burnin' in 5. On the inside, moving up 5th is Bill Batter. They continue into the turn on their way past the 7/8. 3/4 in 1:35 and 1/5. And on top, it's still McHarbor with the lead. As they move off the top turn, McHarbor is leading the way by 1 length. Moving off the top turn and through the stretch for the final time. McHarbor trying to hold the lead on the outside. Second, Night Orchid, BC's Majestic, Rambo Derby. But it will be McHarbor by 2 lengths over Night Orchid, with Rambo Derby third. Riding back, the winner of race 8, number 9, McHarbor, a 4-year-old gelding by Cole Harbour. Leslie Parker and Todd Higgins, trained and driven a victory by Leslie Parker. The mile in 2:06 and 2/5. Race number 9, Fit and Chips, Denishton Dexter, West River again, Paradox, First Line Mac, Rockin' and Rollin', Ruffage Cashback, Rennie's Fella, and Moonwatch. They are off and pacing off the gate quickly. West River again, Denishton Dexter moving out second. Up on the far outside, Rennie's Fella, wide racing third, grabbing a seat in at the rail and racing out of 4 in the early going is Paradox. Away racing in 5 as they move down the backside is Fit and Chips, followed in 6th by First Line Mac, Moonwatch in 7. Racing out of 8, Rockin' and Rollin'. 9th and trailing the field is Ruffage Cashback. Seating arrangements complete, single file past the opening quarter. On top and leading the way, West River again by a length and a half over Denishton Dexter. Along the rail and pacing third, that's Paradox. Rennie's Fella next in line 4th. There goes Fit and Chips first over 5th. Followed by First Line Mac to the outside in 6, Moonwatch 7. Trailing the field is Rockin' and Rollin'. And at the tail end, that's Ruffage Cashback. 30 seconds the quarter. Move off the turn in front of the stand, approaching the halfway point. Still showing the way, West River again by 1 length. Sitting second is Ashton Dexter. Up on the outside, racing third is Fit and Chips. Paradox staying at the rail fourth. First line, Max. Second over in 5. Sixth is Rennie's Fella. Then moving in 7 is Rockin' and Rollin'. The outside in 8 is Roughage Cashback, and now treading is Moonwatch. They straighten out through the backstretch. 102 was the halfway point. Still the boss by 1 length is Westover again. Ashton Dexter getting a good journey second. Fit and Chips. On the outside is racing third, and the inside Paradox fourth. 3 wide, Roughage Cashback from 5. They race into the turn on their way past the 7/8. Westover again by a length and a half in at the rail, and now second is Paradox. Ashton Dexter third. 3 wide, Roughage Cashback is fourth. Along the rail, Rennie's Fella in 5. They straighten out through the stretch for the final time. 1:33 and 4 3/4. Here they come to the payoff. Westover again trying to hold off Paradox. Ashton Dexter, Rennie's Fella. Westover again. Paradox on the outside. Westover again holding on to win it. Finishing second is Paradox. Rennie's Fella third. The 9th race winner, number 3, Westover again. A 7-year-old black gelding by Angel's Wave, owned by John Thompson. Gary McDonald's 4th winning drive in the afternoon. The mile in 2:04 and 4/5. Race number 10 of the afternoon. First leg, second division of the Tim Hortons $1,500 claiming series has Naughty Bean, Bozo Stinger, Tamworth Lady, Precious Ace, Killer Fred, Tucson Sun, Mia's Maker, Charitz, Cole Sarah, and Kilkerran Jewel. They're off and pacing. Precious Ace away looking for the lead against Naughty Bean. In the center is Tamworth Lady. They race into the first turn onto the opening 8th. Naughty Bean coming away on top. Tamworth Lady will tuck into the pocket up on the outside. 3rd, Precious Ace. Away at the rail and racing 4th is Cole Sarah. 5th is Kilkerran Jewel. Tucson Sun settles in 6. Away in 7 is Killer Fred. Parked on the outside, Mia's Maker from 8. Racing at the rail in 9 is Bozo Stinger. And parked out 10th and trailing the field as they continue into the turn is Charitz on top. And showing the way is the number 4 entry, Precious Ace. 30 and 4 was the opening quarter. Naughty Bean is sitting in the pocket. Next in line, racing 3rd, Tamworth Lady. Up on the limb, here comes Kilkerran Jewel, first over in 4. Locked in 5th is Cole Sarah. Mia's Maker with cover on the outside from 6. Off the turn in front of the stands for time 1. As they approach the half, Precious Ace is in control of the field. Up on the outside, that's Kilkerran Jewel now racing second. At the rail, 3rd, Naughty Bean. Tamworth Lady 4th. Mia's Maker getting a second over trip in 5. 6th at the rail as they move to the 5/8 is Cole Sarah. Charitz on the outside has 7. Racing from 8, Tucson Sun. 9th is Killer Fred, and 10th and trailing Bozo Stinger. Onto the backside, 1:03 and 1 was the half. They approached 3/4. Precious Ace still in control. Kilkerran Jewel second. Naughty Bean racing 3rd. Charitz coming up 3 wide on the outside into the 4 spot as they continue on to the 7/8 out front, and still showing the way by 1 length is Precious Ace. Kilkerran Jewel on the outside now within 3 parts of a length racing second. Charitz is moving up 3 wide on the outside. Tamworth Lady in the center. Less than 1/8 to come as they move off the top turn. 1:34 and 3 3/4. It's Precious Ace clinging to the lead up on the outside. Kilkerran Jewel is closing in. Precious Ace, Kilkerran Jewel on the outside. Kilkerran Jewel will draw off to win it. Precious Ace finishing second. It looks like Tamworth Lady 3rd. Riding back, the winner of race 10, second division of the Tim Hortons $1,500 claiming series, number 10 in your card, Kilkerran Jewel, a 5-year-old mare, driving the mile in 2:06 and 1/5. Race number 11, top of the stretch, has Donmar Lindsay, May Contain, Mather's Blazure, Bucky's Bryden, Timmy My Boy, and Redo Harbor. They're off and pacing on the inside. Donmar Lindsay's away looking for the lead. May Contain up on the outside, second on the far outside. Redo Harbor away 3rd. Settling in the 4th spot, Mathers Blazure. Away in 5 is Bucky's Bryden. And 6th and treading the field is Timmy My Boy. They move by the opening 8th and into the backstretch for time 1. May Contain moving on for the lead. Donmar Lindsay 2nd. On the outside, racing 3rd is Redo Harbor. At the rail, that's Mathers Blazure racing out of 4. Next in line and pacing in 5 as they continue into the turn is Bucky's Bryden. And Timmy My Boy is 6th and treading. They were by the opening quarter in 30 and 2/5 seconds. They're midway through the upper turn. Out front, leading it by 1 length, is Redo Harbor. May Contain is sitting in the pocket. 3rd along the rail is Donmar Lindsay. Mathers Blazure stepping to the outside in 4. Timmy My Boy hustling up on the outside in 5. Bucky's Bryden is now treading. They make their way past the halfway point. Mathers Blazure on the outside, quickly trying to overtake Redo Harbor as they race into the lower turn. They're battling up front with May Contain and behind them 3rd. Racing out of 4 as they continue into the turn. Donmar Lindsay, Timmy My Boy has 5, and Bucky's Bryden. They move to the backside for the final time. 1:02 the half. Redo Harbor, Bionac, Mathers Blazure right there. 2nd, May Contain staying with them 3rd. Timmy My Boy on the outside is 4th. At the rail and racing out of 5 past the 3/4. Donmar Lindsay and Bucky's Bryden. They move past the 3/4. Redo Harbor clinging to a slight lead over Mathers Blazure. May Contain enjoying a perfect journey is racing at the rail 3rd. Then 2 lengths back to Timmy My Boy 4th. 1:32 and 2 the 3/4. Redo Harbor trying to fend off Mathers Blazure. Right there 3rd is May Contain. They make the final turn. Redo Harbor, Mathers Blazure on the outside. 2nd, May Contain looking to the passing lane. Redo Harbor, Mathers Blazure on the outside. May Contain down inside. May Contain getting up the passing lane to win it. Redo Harbor is 2nd, Mathers Blazure finishing 3rd. The winner of race 11, number 2 in your program, May Contain, a 7-year-old son of Royal Arms from Lyle Carter of Brookfield and Stan Rath of Camden. Dave Carey driving the mile in 2:04 and 1/5. Twelfth and final race of the afternoon has Skip the Penny, Flying Romance, Velvet O'Hara, Bet and Win, Pass Due, Semelu Plus, Cherokee Hanover, Hardy Blue, and Whisper Genie. They are off, and as they leave the gate off stride, Bet and Win. Moving on to the rail for the lead is Skip the Penny. Hustling up on the outside is Pass Due now to take charge. Up on the limb, Velvet O'Hara is racing 3rd. Crossing over and finding a seat, Cherokee Hanover's in the 4 spot. Away racing in 5 is the number 2 entry, Flying Romance. They move down the backstretch, approaching the opening quarter. Pass Due out front, leads the way by a length and a half. On the inside, racing 2nd. That is Skip the Penny. Taking a look at a 3, Velvet O'Hara up on the outside in 4. Coming first over is Flying Romance. 5th at the rail is Cherokee Hanover. Whisper Genie from 6. Hardy Blue has 7. Racing in the 8 spot is Semelu Plus, and well back and trailing after the break leaving is Bet and Win. 30 and 2 was the opening quarter. They move off the top turn and through the stretch they come for time 1 approaching the half. It's still Pass Due, continuing to chart the path, leading it by a length and a half. Outside 2nd is Flying Romance, with Skip the Penny out the rail, racing at a 3. On the outside 4th is Cherokee Hanover, Velvet O'Hara in 5. Then well back to Whisper Genie, Semelu Plus, Hardy Blue, and Bet and Win. They move on to the backside for the final time, the half in 1:02 as they approach 3/4. Pass Due, leading it by 2 lengths. Skip the Penny 2nd. Flying Romance pacing along 3rd. Moving up into 4 at the rail is Cherokee Hanover. Velvet O'Hara has 5. They race into the turn on to the 7/8. It's still Pass Due. A length lead. Skip the Penny's right there 2nd. Cherokee Hanover now racing 3rd. Flying Romance dropping off 4th. 1:34 and 3 the 3/4. 1/8 to come as they move off the top turn. It's Pass Due, Skip the Penny, and Cherokee Hanover as they drive to the payoff. Pass Due trying to close in is Skip the Penny 2nd. Cherokee Hanover racing 3rd. They'll finish that way with Pass Due winning it 2nd is Skip the Penny. Cherokee Hanover third. Riding back, the 12th race winner, number 5, Past Due, a 10-year-old gelded son of Cool Wind. Well, in Livingstone, trained by Robert Took, Danny O'Brien driving the mile in 2:08. Bucky's Libby, it's Sneakers, Lady Windermere, a little effort in Trio's Success. They're off and pacing. Sea Robber off the gate with Anger's Sherry, and you'll see at the rail those three out vying for the early lead. Driving out